Cris Cyborg, the undisputed UFC Women's Featherweight Champion. Current UFC Women's Featherweight Champion Cris Cyborg has been eager to face former UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion Ronda Rousey for quite a few years now, in a match inside the octagon. But in a recent interview with MMA Fighting, Cyborg claimed that a UFC showdown between the two is definitely not happening anymore. However, a match inside a WWE ring could definitely be on the cards in the near future. In case you didn't know, back in 2013, Ronda Rousey became the first ever UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion and instantly grew a reputation of being the most dominant female fighter on the planet. However, after her back-to-back defeats in 2015 and 2016, Rousey decided to step away from the sport and has not got back into the octagon again. In Rousey's absence, current women's featherweight champion Cris Cyborg has taken over her title as the most feared female fighter on the planet. The Brazilian is currently fresh off her UFC 214 win against Tanya Evinger and has a total of 16 knockout victories registered to her name. The heart of the matter: in a recent interview with MMA Fighting, Cris Cyborg claimed that she would love to face Rousey inside a WWE ring. Cyborg stated that an octagon fight between her and Rousey would have been one of the biggest fights ever, but the 32-year-old has decided that she will not square up against the former bantamweight champion in the UFC due to Rousey not being at her best both physically and mentally after her loss to Amanda Nunes in 2016. Now, if she wants to make a good fight for the fans, we can make it at WWE. It would fit perfectly for her to go to Hollywood, and for me would be another challenge in my career. And something brilliant, her coach would fit perfectly in her corner in WWE. He's nothing but a joke, Cyborg stated. What's next? Ronda Rousey has been in and around WWE for the last few months, and it is probably a matter of time before she eventually signs a contract with the company. It was during WrestleMania 31 that Ronda Rousey made her presence felt in a WWE ring, when she and The Rock assaulted Triple H and Stephanie McMahon at the grandest stage of them all. During the recent Mae Young Classic, the Four Horsewomen of MMA had a face-off against the Four Horsewomen of WWE minus Sasha Banks. This face-off has hinted towards a match between the two groups, which could possibly happen in the near future. Also during the month of August, Becky Lynch and Cris Cyborg got into a feud on Twitter. After winning her UFC 214 match, Cyborg would go on to challenge Becky to a match at the biggest event of the summer, to which Lynch replied that Cyborg would get burned if she ever steps foot inside the WWE. Others tacky: a match between Cyborg and Rousey inside a WWE ring would be historic, but for me, I would love to see the Four Horsewomen of MMA going up against the Four Horsewomen of WWE first, in order to get Rousey settled in with the WWE nature. A match between Cyborg and Rousey could wait for the time being, but few years down the road the bout eventually needs to happen inside a squared circle, and will surely be historic. Send us news tips at fightclub@sportskeeda.com.